It's Joby back again with another video and a few things I wanted to get out of the way before I start today's video, which today's video is going to be a culture talk. I'm going to explain what culture talk is, and also I'm going to explain the podcast. Now, if you have me on Snapchat, if you don't have me on Snapchat, it'll be in the description. And when you add me on Snapchat, ask to be put in the YouTube story. And the YouTube story, essentially what it is, it's a story where I keep everyone updated on exactly what I'm doing at the moment. I keep everyone updated on the projects I have coming up, the newest upload. I post a link on there all the time, and I always explain the new projects of what's coming out. So right now what I've been talking to them about is I'm going to have a podcast coming out. The podcast is going to be called Third Eye Thoughts. Third eye being, third eye. It's kind of a different way of thinking, but the podcast itself isn't going to be any sort of theme. I'm going to try to keep it as much as I can tender to each guest that comes on. Whatever guest comes on, we'll talk about something they know about, something they want to talk about, or just however the conversation goes. I'm also going to keep the podcast totally raw and uncut. There's not going to be a lot of cutting and editing in the podcast. It's just going to be raw conversation uploaded as is to get you the most realist I can out of it. I'm not going to be faking the podcast, saying this is what we're going to say. I'll have notes down on things I want to hit. But other than that, it's just going to be a raw conversation. The first episode is already recorded. Got the first episode with Gabe. If you don't know Gabe, put his Instagram in the description or something. I don't know. But right now we're just waiting on getting the audio, and then we'll get that up. I'll try to get that up tomorrow if I can. And that's about it for the podcast. I have a rough draft for it. I might throw it on the screen. And the podcast first episode tomorrow. I'm trying to do that every Friday. Now, Culture Talk. What is Culture Talk? Culture Talk is going to be basically a series where I sit down. We're going to talk about the culture of sneakers. I'm probably going to do it every week, maybe every Thursday. Might switch it up, maybe Wednesday, Tuesday, I don't know. Just whatever day I feel comfortable doing it on, we're going to do that. And essentially we're going to be talking about the culture itself, how it's changed, the news, maybe big brand deals, maybe even rap, because rap and shoes kind of go hand in hand at times. And we're also going to be talking about, what is it going to be talking about? New releases every weekend, every Saturday new Jordan drops. If I can catch them, the sales. Adidas will do a lot of sales, sneaker steals, all that stuff. I can cover that on here if you guys would like that. Yeah, essentially that's what Culture Talk is going to be. Oh yeah, and also the direction of the channel. I wanted to cover this. One thing is, I don't want this channel to feel like if you don't know about shoes, you can't watch, or if you don't know about weightlifting, you can't watch, or if you don't know about whatever it may be, you can't watch. I don't want this channel to feel like that. I want this to be about this positivity. I want this to be a channel you can go to, and if your day was shitty, then you can at least come watch the video and have something positive coming out of your day. That's what I want this channel to be, and that's what impact I want this channel to have on some people. Essentially the goal I have for this channel, and that's what I plan to have. So if there's anything you suggest, any content you'd like to see, just comment, ask for it. You never know, because eventually I'm thinking about might do a little bit of gaming, maybe some 2K, Minecraft, whatever, GTA, just whatever big game there is. Might throw some of those in there just to different some things out, but I think I got everything covered that I wanted to say. So let's get into today's Culture Talk. Today what I got on the list is I wanted to talk about actually the change of the culture since I personally have joined the sneaker culture. When I came in, it was around about the time when Kanye was starting to get his brand deals, and the Yeezys were a big thing, and this was more of the rise of the Yeezys when I came in. So hype was definitely a topic, but it was nowhere near as big as it is now, or as front face of the culture it is now. I feel is culture, not culture. Hype rules the culture now. Like, if it's not hype, then it doesn't matter. Is what it seems like now. Like the Off-Whites, the Yeezys, the Bapes, the Unions, all these things are just, that's all everyone cares about anymore, and it's honestly kind of sad. It's kind of sad seeing like that. Like, it seems like now all the OG Jordans don't matter anymore, which, I mean, yeah, they do, but it just doesn't seem that way because hype is the face front, and if it's not a collab, then it doesn't matter and all this shit. But that's just what I see as the culture is now. I've seen that even sneaker pages and YouTube pages, just the people themselves, the content creators, they're just not the same anymore. They've given into the hype themselves, and they'll do whatever they gotta do for a click buck, you know? They'll just do the clickbait and everything. I don't want to say no one, because there's still a lot of good content creators out there. Mr. Unloved Ones for one, that's a sneaker page on Instagram that I saw as I had my sneaker page. I started following him when he was at 5K, and now he's got thousands and thousands and thousands of followers. I don't even know where he's at now, but he's just blowing up, and he's always stayed true to himself, and he's a good page, so I can give him the follow. It's just how I see the culture is now. Yeah, that's the culture now. It's crazy to see it like that. But speaking of pages, a page that I wanted to mention, because he's been giving me a lot of support lately. He actually designed the intro for this video, if you saw that. His page is going to be at Jar Jar Kicks. I'll throw that somewhere on the screen. It's my friend Russell Davidson. Shout out Russell. Me and Russell used to live at these apartments together back in Drumright, as I mentioned Drumright in a previous video. Well, when we lived at these apartments, most of us, we didn't really get a car ride to school. There was a bus that came, so we'd ride the bus. Well, me and Russell, every single morning, we'd go sit at the bus stop. Every single morning, it was like a tradition. We just sit and we talk about shoes. Every single morning, we'd have like a 30-minute talk about shoes. We talk about what new releases are coming out. We talk about our top 5s. We talk about the leaks that came out. We talk about whatever. And it was just, honestly, I miss it, because there's nobody down here that I can talk to about shoes like that. Me and Russell and me and Gabe, we could talk about it for days. Try to think of some cool stories about the bus stop. Bus stop was fun. Yeah, I don't know. So I got the few topics I kind of want to discuss out the way. So now we're going to jump into new releases coming out and some releases later on this year. First up, we got this year's holiday release, the Jordan 11s. Last year we had the Breads. The year before that, I believe it was the Concords, and the year before that, I think that was the Win Like 90 whatevers and the 80 whatevers, or whatever it was. The Navy 11s, the Red 11s, and then the Concords and the Reds. Well, this year for the 2020 release, it's going to be December 12th for 2020. We got I believe it was the 25th anniversary of the all black colorway. I'll have it about like right here. To be honest, I'm not too hyped about it. I wish we would have been able to get something else, possibly like if we could have gotten the Pantone 11s, that would have been dope 2020 release. But Jordan Brand's never, it's always hit or miss on the 11 releases. It's never quite in between. It's either you really like the 11 release they released, or you don't like it. There's never really much in between. Jordan Brand's always hit or miss. But next up, release earlier in the year, they're actually doing a What the Jordan 5. It's pretty dope. I'll throw a picture up. Half of it's Tokyo, like the Tokyo 5, and the other half of it, I believe it was red, like the Raging Bulls. I don't quite remember. But like I said, I'll have a picture up. These are going to be releasing November 7th for 220. I'm definitely going to try to get a pair. If you like them, let me know in the comment section below. Is this a pair you're interested in? Is it an easy miss? Let me know what you think. And for the next pair, I've got the Air Jordan 4 Unions. Like I said, hype's a big thing right now. So collab with Union, kind of a big deal for everyone. I don't personally like the pair. They kind of just took the traditional Air Jordan 4 tongue, made it shorter, put Air Jordan across it. It looks very ugly to me. It's a very ugly shoe in my opinion. But to each his own. To each his own. Well guys, this looks like that's all I have for today. Like I said, tomorrow, hopefully I'll have the podcast out, the first episode of Third Eye Thoughts. It should be around about an hour or so if everything turns out as planned. And yeah, that's all I have for today. Like I said, if you want more updates to keep informed on new posts, right when I upload, you can turn on the bell if you like. But anyways, if you want to know more up to date on new projects, add me on Snapchat, Jacoby1226. You can follow me on Twitter, but as right now, I'm not tweeting too much on Twitter because there's a lot more people I have on Snapchat than on Twitter. So right now we're doing on Snapchat. And yeah, that's about all it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, press like, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. And yeah, catch you guys in the next one.